Hey everyone, so today's video is gonna be a little bit different, but I did want to get it off my chest. So in today's video, I'll go over why all of my DMs are closed and why I don't reply to private messages. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna make this video because it is quite controversial and it might seem like I hate you even though I don't hate you, and I wish to interact with most of you, so I try to do that on Twitter mostly. I'm also on Discord, but my DMs are closed. First of all, I want to go over what triggered it and why I closed it, because there's definitely a reason for it. As a lot of you know, like if you followed me when I had 40,000 subscribers, you probably knew that I had all of my DMs open and I actually replied to them. But what triggered it is that when I had my business email, like when I first set it up, people started mailing me stuff like, can you please build me a house, or can you add me as a friend? And I was like, that's not what my business email is for. So that was already a trigger. And then also the fact that, and that is the worst part in my opinion, is that I don't know how, but someone once found my number and they FaceTimed me many times at 3:30 a.m. I think in the morning. And so I replied, who are you? And they were like, oh, BramP. And I was like, you have the wrong number. And they're like, no, I don't. I'm pretty sure it's yours. And they kept FaceTiming me and I was like, okay, I'm just trying to sleep. It was like, okay, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. And like the next day at 3:30 a.m. they started calling me again. I was like, okay, blocking this number right away. And I felt bad for it, but I had to do it because that was just creepy. They called one more time the night after at 11 p.m. So it was earlier, but still. I do not want to FaceTime with anyone because of personal reasons and I don't feel comfortable doing it. So that's why I don't do it. And then I used to have a Discord server as well. Now I removed it because someone from the YouTube community, so someone else who makes YouTube videos, had a group of quote-unquote friends who goes around in Discord servers and start pinging everyone, spamming the N-word, calling out trans people, stuff like that. And that is not what I stand for. And I just couldn't handle it anymore because it was, I don't know, sometimes it was like 2 times a week that they joined with many alts and then you had to ban them again. And I couldn't personally handle the raiding because that's not what I stand for. And I imagine if like someone 13-14-year-old joins my server and they read all of that, they're like, ooh, is that what BramP does? Is that what he allows in his server? Then I would feel bad about that, so I decided to remove my server because of the raids. I'm not calling any names, I don't want to give them any attention for it because they have attention enough. The only thing I would say is they don't have the best builds. And then another reason is that I am not Coeptus and you can't appeal a ban at my address. So a lot of people DM me, like they ping me on Discord and they're like, okay, can I DM you? It's very important. And I enable my DMs for a second and I get a ban report. I'm like, but can you contact the help center? Because if you can contact the help center, then you should. If you cannot contact the help center, then your ban is permanent. It also says that in the little pop-up notification that you get when you get banned. If you get banned and you cannot apply for an unban, then you are permanently banned and you definitely did something wrong on your account, or you let others on your account who did something wrong on their side. Then this one might be quite controversial and I completely understand why some people do it. I just can't personally handle it myself. You give a hand and they take an arm. And what I mean by that is you DM with someone for a little bit, you have a normal conversation, which is fine. But then if you don't reply within, let's say, 5 minutes, they start sending question marks, they start threatening you, they start sending their builds and ask you to rate them, they ask you to be a friend, they ask you to follow them, ask you if you can shout them out. And I just don't really know how to reply to all of that because saying no many times over just doesn't feel right. And I don't know, it's just strange to have to keep saying no, even though the people who ask should know the answer already. But still, it makes you kind of feel bad if you say no. So yeah, I don't know, I just don't like doing that whole thing where I have to say no to can you follow me, can you friend me? And if they ask why, I don't really know what to reply because it just seems so logical in my head to why I can't friend you on Roblox and stuff like that, but I don't know. And of course, a part of it is of course anxiety. I'm scared that I will come over differently than I am in my videos, and I don't want to let anyone down. So I feel like if I get a short reply on something, for example, if someone says K after I said something or something like that, I feel like I came across differently than I do in my videos and I disappointed them, even though sometimes that's not true and that's just me, but there's definitely some anxiety to that as well. So as I mentioned, the threatening, I really hate the threatening. Like, you add someone, you have a short conversation, they act like they're suddenly your best friend, and then they're like, if you don't friend me, I will unfollow you. If you don't build me a house, I will report you. Stuff like that. And that's just annoying. That's just rude, plain rude. And of course, I am not rich. A lot of people DM me for Robux, free game passes, PayPal money, stuff like that. It's not because I make videos that I suddenly have millions of dollars to spare to give to random people asking me in DMs to get some money, get some free cash. That's not, that's the wrong image. I am not rich, definitely. So I cannot give you any money or Robux or any game passes for that matter. And you should definitely ask your parents for that and not someone from the internet. And then the final thing is when it comes to Instagram mainly, I don't really read my DMs on Instagram because it's full of people telling me like, I love your channel, and if I don't reply within a day, they're like, okay, I unfollowed you because you don't reply and you're so rude. So I barely even open Instagram DMs. But then also the video calls, like when you scroll through, you see a lot of stuff like missed video call from, and I'm like, what? I wouldn't even know what to do. But okay. I get it though, I get it. And then also the group chats, like someone adds you and then they add you to a group chat, which spams you messages, and it's just no fun. And I don't hate you, you know that. I interact with a lot of people on Twitter and on Discord as well. I just don't have my own server and my private messages are closed for all of those reasons listed before. So then, how can you get to me? You can always ping me on Twitter. I'm in the Welcome to Bloxburg Discord server and in Froggy's server. If you want to ping me, go ahead. Sometimes I don't see ping, but most of the times I do see my ping, and I don't mind if you ping me in a public server. I just have my DMs closed for the reasons listed. If you want to interact with me, you can always do that. I just don't read my DMs. And I do miss some stuff, like some people are actually really nice. I'm kind of sad that I can't meet those people. But then again, a lot of people are also just being rude because I don't reply, and I'm like, I didn't reply so you unfollow me. What kind of a fan are you then? Like, do you really expect me to jump straight back in my DMs and answer you? I'm sorry if I didn't see it for 5 minutes. There's a lot to that, and I decided to close my DMs for just the threatening. I'm done with the threatening and I cannot handle it. It's not that I don't want to meet you, like some people call me greedy for closing my DMs. It's not that I don't want to meet you, but there's a lot of bad apples. That was the video for today. I know it was a little bit controversial and it wasn't really game related, but I did want to make that video just to explain my side of the story. So that was it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe.